What is this? This is Sims metallic bibladed but double bladed speculum, which is non-self retaining. Why this is non-self retaining? Because exactly you need an assistant to hold the device. কাউকে একজনকে এরকম রিট্রাক্ট করে দাঁড়াতে হবে, and then you can do the procedure. That is why this is known as non-self retaining. So what is the full name of this instrument? Sims metallic double bladed non-self retaining posterior vaginal wall speculum or retractor, whatever you want to say. So now what are the parts of this instrument? These are the two blades and this is the trough which is concave. Now people will ask you what is the utility of this thing, why this trough has been made in a concave shaped fashion. What do you think? What is this utility? Fluid, any discharge or while collecting any specimen, so that it can, the specimen drains out like this. In if there is any discharge, this can also drains out like this. Suppose this is your vaginal wall, this is your posterior vaginal, you have inserted this. Now your assistant is holding this device like this, so whatever secretion, bleeding or anything is there, it will come down and fall. In case you are collecting any sample or anything, it is collected over here so that you can easily send the specimen for histopathology. So this is the utility for this thing. Now coming to this thing, what are its uses, where it can be used? We have to divide it into two parts, like obstetric uses and gynecological uses. So what are the gynecological uses first for this Sims speculum? What are the advantages? First come to the what are the advantages. We retract what? We retract the posterior vaginal wall. So we can see both the lateral vaginal walls as well as the anterior vaginal wall. So in case of any pathology, we can very well inspect and visualize what are the pathologies on all the three walls. It can also be rotated like this. It can also be used as an anterior vaginal wall. Not a conventional use, but yes, unofficially we can use it as an anterior vaginal wall retractor as well, so that we can inspect the posterior vaginal wall. So gynecological examination, what all investigations or what all examinations, what all pathology we can visualize by this. But এটা speculum, this is also a speculum, right? কিছু তো একটা ইউটিলিটি হবে, মানে গাইনিতে কিসে ইউজ হয়? To retract the posterior vaginal wall and hold the anterior lip of the cervix using a valsellum while doing hysterosalpingography. Now the examiner can ask you, why not we are using this speculum? Why only this for hysterosalpingography? In case of gynecological procedures like hysterosalpingogram or HSG, we could have easily used this Cusco speculum also. But for that matter, we are not using Cusco speculum. What we are using is Sims speculum. Why Sims speculum? See, if we would have used Cusco speculum, what happens? The Cusco speculum is inserted and fixed like this. So your degree of movement is where? This is restricted into this small hole. But if you are using this Sims speculum, the degree of movement is more. You can easily retract some tissues and do the procedure. So that is why in case of gynecological procedures such as HSG, it is used for retracting the posterior vaginal wall. And in case of obstetric uses, what are the obstetric uses? To retract the posterior vaginal wall for suction evacuation, for dilatation and evacuation. What are these procedures? Suction and evacuation and dilatation and evacuation. These are what are procedures? Where do you use? In case of abortion. Another thing, in case of any other thing where you use it. Okay, any one of you hold the instrument and tell me what has been taught. You hold this instrument and tell me. No, Sims metallic bibladed posterior vaginal wall retractor or speculum. So what are our uses? You tell me what its uses are. Obstetric uses one, gyne use one. For dilatation and evacuation, suction evacuation, or any kind of uterine pathology where you need to curate the uterus or hold the uterine cervix and do some examination. In case of polypectomy also it can be used. So as you retract the posterior vaginal wall, you hold the anterior lip of the cervix and pull out the polyp. For that matter also it can be used. Any other procedure, you know? For cervical biopsy it can be used. Anterior vaginal wall retraction, yes. In case of gynecological examinations, for example, once you are checking for this thing also, for uterovaginal prolapse, if you are checking for cystocele, you just retract the posterior vaginal walls and ask the patient to cough. If the leakage of urine is there or the bladder wall is coming down, the cystocele is present, you very well see. Again, what happens? You retract the anterior vaginal wall and then ask the patient to cough and see if there any swelling is there or not. At that point of time, you can examine the posterior vaginal wall and see if there is a swelling, then that might be a rectocele. So in case of gynecological examination, you can also rule out cystocele or rectocele using the same speculum as well. And how this instrument is sterilized? Autoclave, right? So now this, what is this instrument? जोरे जोरे কাসকোজ কি আছে বল কাসকোজ bivalve metallic self retaining speculum and this is the screw. You just how to insert this cascospeculum. We'll insert the cascospeculum along the long axis of the uterus. When you are inserting, suppose this is your vagina, so you are inserting the cascospeculum along the long axis of the vagina and then rotating it 90 degree like this. Then after inserting it up to the posterior fornix, what you have to do is like you open the valves like this, and once how to know that it is positioned right? Once these two lips are separated inside the vagina, your cervix should be centrally placed. Once the blades are opened, the cervix should be centrally placed. Entire cervix should be centrally. Once it has been achieved, the cervix is centrally placed and entire cervix is visible, then what you do is you move the screw and lock the screw. Now it becomes what? It is self-retaining. For that matter, your two hands are free now. You don't require any assistance now. So what happens? It retracts the anterior vaginal wall as well as the posterior vaginal wall. So you can examine the two lateral walls only. On the anterior vaginal and posterior vaginal walls, you can never examine. So never utter the word in gynecological examination. At least for uterovaginal prolapse or examination of SUI or rectocele or cystocele, you never use cascospeculum. So one gynecological use where popularly cascospeculum is used, pap smear. So for gynecology examination, first is pap smear. What you do is you insert the speculum along the long axis of the vagina and then rotate it to 180 degree. Then open the two blades of the speculum and fix it. How do you know the cascos is rightly placed? Cervix should be centrally placed. Now once the cervix is centrally placed, what you do is you take the first you take the Ayer's spatula. Then long end is entered in, into the what? It is put into the endocervix, and the smaller edge is in the ectocervix, and it is rotated 360 degree, and the smear is taken, and the cytobrush is inserted into the endocervix, and again 360 degree is taken, and the smear is made and is sent for the examination. So this is one examination. For obstetric uses, what are the obstetric uses? Suppose a patient comes to you and says, okay fine, I was having some watery discharge. Now how do you know whether she is having any white discharge or she is having any leaking PV? For that matter, in obstetric cases, what we use is cascospeculum. We insert the speculum, we open the speculum and see the cervix and ask the patient to cough. Now if there is any leakage of the fluid or if there is any discharge for that matter, now we can easily differentiate between whether she is landing up into PROM, that is premature rupture of membrane, or there is any white discharge or not, or what we can see, if there is any bag of membranes are bulging or not, if there is any bleeding or not. In early pregnancy, when the patient comes in the early trimester, suppose she comes to you at 8 weeks or 12 weeks and she says, okay fine, I am having spotting PV. Then you have to confirm whether she is having heavy bleeding or she is having spotting PV, or that is a threatened abortion where fetal beats or placental tissues are getting aborted or not. Then at that point of time, what you do is you do per speculum examination and see how much bleeding is there. So check for bleeding PV as well as for leaking PV, as well as for any local cervical pathology, we use this cascospeculum. See what happens. Suppose you have inserted this speculum. Now you ask the patient to cough, and there is some watery discharge. So you very well know that is not leakage of urine, that is coming from the cervix itself. You can see the watery discharge. You can see the pooling of the vaginal fluids over on this speculum. So what will be? It will be amniotic fluid only, because you have suppose major confusion is what? Major confusion occurs whether she is having any this involuntary passage of urine, or whether she is having leakage of amniotic fluid. So what happens is we insert the speculum inside the vagina. So now we are very sure that whatever fluid is there, if there is any fluid, that has to be amniotic fluid. If the patient is coughing and there is pooling of amniotic fluid or any kind of fluid in the posterior blade, so for that matter it is very sure that it is amniotic fluid only. So we can easily differentiate. And even if you cannot differentiate between this water discharge, sometimes there is a confusion that the leakage of this amniotic fluid is so less that the vagina appears only moist, or some bit of collection is there and nothing is there. Then further we have to test that we collect the fluid, we slowly take out the speculum so that some amount of fluid will be available over here, and we send the specimen for testing whether it is amniotic fluid or whether it is something else, any discharge for that matter. Using this, we can also take this high vaginal swabs as well. Using Cusco speculum, another thing we can do. What is it in obstetrics? Except for checking for bleeding and leaking PV, also another thing also we can. We can insert the Cusco speculum, and suppose we want to do an artificial rupture of membrane. We want to do ARM. We can. It is a self-retaining speculum. We have retracted both the anterior and the posterior walls of the vagina. Now the cervix is centrally placed. We can easily see the cervix is to some extent dilated and the bag of membranes are tense and bulging. Now we get the coccus and rupture the membranes and take this thing out. But in case of thin speculum, how will you do? Won't be able to do, because you are retracting only the posterior vagina, and that is a paras cervix. Like the os is already infested. So you cannot hold the cervix and pull it like this. That is also you cannot do. So in that case also the Cusco speculum comes into play. So we can check for leaking PV, bleeding PV. We can differentiate between a threatened abortion or not. We can rule out very easily any cervical pathology. If there is any cervical pathology, we can take the biopsy samples as well from there in case of a gynecological procedures. And then in case of obstetrics, another thing what we can do is we can do artificial rupture of membranes as well. And sometimes what happens, a patient especially this is important in case of placenta previa. What happens is, or vasa previa, what happens, a patient presents with bleeding, like around 28 weeks or 32 weeks, the patient presents with bleeding. And you want to check whether the placenta is there or what is the pathology. So we say don't go directly for digital examination, because for that matter you are already introducing infection into it and you are disturbing the placenta if it is lying over the internal os. So for that matter, what we have to do is you insert the Cusco speculum and check what is it, whether it is a placenta previa or a vasa previa or any kind of pathology is there, for that matter, why there is any bleeding is there or not. Another use of this thing is there, we can use this thin speculum where in case of this thing, while inserting PPICD. We can, posterior vaginal wall is retracted, anterior lip of the cervix is held, and then using a Cayley's forceps we insert the property. It can also be used for postpartum IUCD insertion as well. This is thin speculum. So you take this instrument and tell me what are its parts. Name the instrument first. Cusco. 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 Metallic. Cusco's bivalve self-retaining metallic speculum. Then how will you insert it? This inserted along the long axis of the vagina and then rotated 90 degree. And how will you know that this Cusco speculum has been rightly placed? Cervix will be centrally placed and entire cervix will be visible. Then what is the next step? What will you do? And we will fix the screw in that position, right? Then you pass it, you tell me what are the uses, gynecological uses. Suppose while examination you ask the patient to cough and you see there is a bulge on the The bulge on the lateral wall. Then what is it? Lateral vaginal wall prolapse. It is lateral vaginal wall prolapse. So for that matter, you can also examine lateral vaginal wall prolapse as well. Any bleeding PV or any leaking PV, you can differentiate between threatened abortions as well, or any other cervical pathology. And another obstetric use is premature artificial rupture of membrane. How this instrument is sterilized? Autoclave. So advantage, what was the advantage of this instrument? It was self-retaining. So no assistant was not required. And what are the disadvantages? Exactly. So this is, you insert the speculum and open the valves of this speculum, right? So anterior and the vaginal wall and the posterior vaginal wall you cannot visualize now. Any kind of pathology which is there in the anterior or the posterior vaginal, you cannot see that. But with this, what was the advantage of this? You can examine all the three walls except for the posterior wall. And again, you can use it unofficially, but you can use it as an anterior vaginal wall retractor as well, and check the posterior vaginal wall. In the posterior vaginal wall, if there is a swelling or if when the patient is coughing, if there is a mass coming out, what it is it is posterior vaginal wall prolapse or rectocele. And if the examiner asks you what is the shape, this is dark beak shaped. What is the shape? This is dark beak shaped. See, we have different sizes of Cuscos for that matter. So anyone has any confusion in this? Everyone's vagina size is not same. For a primigravida, suppose she has come with leaking, you can use this one. For a multigravida who is very tall, suppose the pelvis is very deep and the patient is also very tall, so she needs a bigger Cusco speculum to visualize. Everyone's vagina is not of same length. Someone has bigger, someone is small.